So excited. I'm so excited.
Hello everyone! Is everyone fired up?
Yeah! Yeah! Woo! We love Trump! Yeah!
Woo! Are we ready with the questions?
Yeah!
Okay. So my name is Lourdes Cruz and I am a proud Indian. I've been there for the last 26 years and I, like you, have lots of questions about this tax bill and its effect in my pocketbook, and also about healthcare, right? I think all of us have a lot of questions with that, and that is what today is all about, right? Answering some questions that we have.
Yes.
So please, let's keep our questions to those topics.
Yes.
And let's be respectful. We are here to listen to the congressman and get informed. Please refrain from interrupting or being loud and disrespectful. No outbursts. And if there is outburst, you will be removed. Other than applause, of course. If you have something to say, ask a smart question. Everyone on board?
Yeah!
Awesome, great. So now, let me introduce a tremendous Orange County expert, Dr. Shannon Alex Charles, a public health professor at Cal State Fullerton and a former director of health insurance studies at UCLA.
Yay!
I have a question. Are you going to do the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge of Allegiance.
Are we doing the Pledge of Allegiance?
Yeah.
Yeah!
I'm a veteran. Pledge of Allegiance goes first.
How could you not do it?
Okay, as I have done many times on Birch Street this year, I will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance before we get started.
All right.
We do this at
Todorama.
all event reactions I've been to, so let's do it now. And the flag is right there. Okay, I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. I'm pumped.
Thank you so much. And though I would like to again reiterate what Ms. Cruz just spoke. I believe the Fullerton PD is present. Thank you so much for serving our community.
Yay. Yay.
So the speakers are going to speak and the question cards will be asked and we'll all learn a little bit today from each other, which is wonderful. So first I would like to thank SoCal Healthcare Coalition for organizing this event and for asking me to speak today. So let's give them a round of applause as well. Okay. As was said, I'm Dr. Shana Alex Charles, and I am a public health professor at Cal State Fullerton.
Awesome.
And I also was the director of health insurance studies at UCLA for nearly 5 years before coming here, and worked there for about 15 years before that. So I've been working in health insurance for about 20 years now, with every administration from Gray Davis on, including Governor Schwarzenegger. And I currently have projects with both sides of the California State Legislature. Everybody that works up there in the Senate and Assembly Health Committees works with my analyses. So that's where I'm coming from. And what would commonly be known as an expert in health policy, yes. But most importantly, I'm a Fullerton resident and a voting constituent here in California District 39. I live just up the street. So let me tell you all a little story that happened to me early in 2017. I was still fairly new to the district, having been here for about a year and a half, and I thought, well, the data should influence policy decisions, as it always has in my work, and so I went to talk to my representative, regardless of their party. So I provided the staff of my representative with solid data on how well the ACA was working in our district and throughout California, how many thousands of families were being helped. And I was told point blank to my face that they already knew that and they didn't care. And I always speak the truth. And then Ed Royce voted to repeal the ACA anyways. That is the truth. And when that repeal plan didn't work, Ed Royce joined the Republicans in Congress in pushing through the Trump tax plan that will blow $1.5 trillion hole in our budget. $1.5 trillion hole in our budget.
Now they care about deficits.
According to every data that I've seen. Sneaking in a piece of that repeal along the way.
Now they care about deficits.
So what do we get for this $1.5 trillion lost from the public treasury? We get 13 million more people uninsured, and that is the truth. And increases of 10% in our health insurance premiums for the next decade. And that is the truth. And that would wipe out over 1/3 of the gains in coverage from the ACA. And that is the truth. Taking us back to the days of unstable markets not too long ago in 2008. Those are called death spirals by the industry. But forget about the industry jargon. What it really means, from a Harvard study, Harvard Medical School, is that about 10,000 people annually will die across this country from preventable causes directly because of losing their health insurance. And I would be more than happy to provide anyone who doesn't believe me with citations to that effect.
Absolutely.
Because of the Trump tax, we get 53% of American families paying more in their taxes. Because of the Trump tax, we get to hear the giant sucking sound of $1.5 trillion disappearing from our treasury, only to reappear in the bank accounts of the 1%.
Lie.
This is a public policy disgrace. And those who voted for it should be ashamed. And Edwards must be, because he hasn't shown his face around this district since. And Mimi Walters must be ashamed of her vote because she hasn't shown her face around her district either. In his recent announcement that he will not run for Congress again, Edwards pointedly mentioned that he now wants to focus entirely on foreign affairs. Oh, you're calling him a liar. Okay, great.
You liar.
Constituents know what that means.
You
We know that when we're being told to shut up and go away and not talk about our district anymore. But we are here, and we will not go away.
Neither
If
will I.
Ed and Mimi and Donald are too scared to show their faces in California or in Fullerton, then we just have to be loud enough that they'll hear us all the way back to Washington and be proud. Good people like Representative Mark Takano,
Like Donald Trump.
Neighbors, the 41st district,
Mark Takano's a
who will do
perv.
the right thing. Thank you, Congressman, for traveling down the 91 to the 39th and to talk to us today about the contact and what we can do to defeat it in the end. Thank you for being here to face the voters. I've been active all this time. I still have not yet seen Ed Royce. And thank you for answering our questions. Thank you for fighting the good fight. The work is not yet done. What was broken in 2017 can be fixed in 2019 with a new Congress. But we can't fix this mess without knowing the facts about it. And I, for one, am eager to hear the views from the real front lines, from a congressman who is fighting every day against Speaker Ryan's plans for decimating our country's public programs. And if any of you ever want citations or real data on the state of health insurance in California, and any of you ever want help in that fight, just give me a call. Thank you.
What's your number?
Let us have your number.
I'll give you my card.
Hey, I have a question.
Question cards are in the back.
I have a question for you.
And I would like now to introduce, moving along in our program, I would like to introduce my friend Allison Vincent.
I want to hear the
who
congressman.
I had the pleasure to meet pretty much exactly 1 year ago at the first meeting of Indivisible California 39. I did not know any of the people in the room when I walked in, and I walked out being amazed at the breadth of policy knowledge and the passion of people here in this district. And Allison Vincent was one of those people. I've seen her work over this course of this year. She is an incredible person who is an incredible asset to our community. And Allison, I'd love to hear what you have to say.
Repeal Obamacare.
All right, I don't know if I can ever match Shayna for her enthusiasm and eloquence, so I'm going to do my best. So
Propaganda, baby.
Before we hear from our very special guest, I wanted to make sure you heard from a neighbor. So my name is Allison Vincent, and I live in La Habra. And I'm here because I'm concerned about this tax plan, this Trump tax plan, and how that affects my bottom line and my health care. The tax is not only an attack on the working class, it's also a sneak attack on the Affordable Care Act, which is my only health insurance option because I work in a small business. And I happen to work with traumatic brain injury patients. I'm also with the Veterans Caucus, so it's near and dear to my heart how we treated that particular issue. And so frankly, I'm terrified about the consequences of legislation that will cause premiums to rise and millions of Americans to lose their health insurance. Trust me, it makes a difference whether you can get that MRI or not, what your outcomes are going to be if you have a brain injury. Just saying. It would be nice to hear from Orange County members of Congress like Mimi Walters and Ed Royce about this Trump tax, wouldn't it? I mean, I know we've been trying to get them to come to a town hall for a year now, right? And we still have not been able to get that to happen. I'd like to hear Congresswoman Walters explain how a bill that cuts our mortgage deduction helps someone like me afford to buy a house. I'd like to hear Congresswoman Walters or Ed Royce explain how cutting our ability to deduct state and local taxes helps families get ahead. And I would like to hear from how it makes sense for middle-class people like me to pay more so billionaires and wealthy corporations get even bigger tax breaks.
Brother. Okay, Bernie.
Congresswoman Walters and Ed Royce can't or won't answer such questions, and we have tried to get them to do that.
Try talking to Lou Correa.
We are lucky today because Congressman
He's real accessible.
Takano is here to give us the straight dope about the drug tax. Congressman Takano has served in Congress since 2013. He's a Riverside native and he represents the Inland Empire, where his family settled after being interned during World War II.
By Democrats.
This is a family that didn't have to give back, and yet here he is giving back. He bussed tables to help put himself through Harvard, and then returned to his community to work as a public school teacher. And he also served on the Riverside Community College District Board of Trustees. Today, as the congressman from the 41st District, he works with members of both parties to advance legislation to create good-paying jobs, keep families in their homes, improve public education, cut taxes for hard-working Americans, and honor the service of our veterans. And he has been on the road speaking to Californians about what's happening in the Capitol when their own members of Congress will not. And he has been somewhat of a jinx or a good charm, good luck charm, depending on how you look at it. He went to Darrell Iss's district. He's retiring. And he showed up to Ed Royce's district. He's retiring.
How about Lou Correa?
Can you go to Luke? Can you go to Ted Lieu?
We can have a different conversation about that.
Ted
Lieu.
Lieu.
That's why we're also celebrating
Go to
today.
Lou Correa's office.
This is not only a town hall, but a GOP retirement party. So with that, it is my honor to welcome to Orange County and to welcome to our retirement party, Congressman Mark Takano.